What is going on? Welcome to Raw Takes Unfiltered. My brother has not shown up yet. I don't know where he is. Text him. So we're just gonna roll this solo. Really wanted to have fun today with this episode. So if he doesn't show up within the next like 10 minutes, then I'm just gonna ramble on because I don't want to do this episode without him. I know he has some great picks as well. But basically, on today's episode, what we wanted to talk about is, five movies that, like were blockbuster hits that we were like crazy about, went to the theaters to go see and all that stuff, on top of my favorite rap summertime jams that like I listen to the most in my car, and R&B joints. So, I really wanted to get into that. I thought it would make a great show and just have fun. Last week was kind of a weird episode, and I don't really want to do anything like that again. So, and I know my brother don't either. It's very weird to kind of make those type of episodes where you got to not call an individual out, but it's just kind of weird to me. So I want to say my brother Q, he has just dropped a new um uh joint add to the stream. Here he is. You what up? Triborough? What up? You choppy.
Am I? That
Yeah,
is
you
Wi-Fi is
choppy.
fucking up. Wi-Fi is fucking up. I'm gonna switch to my phone.
All right. So Q the movie collector just dropped the video. I got the notification right as I went live, and it is on Vinegar Syndrome halfway to the Black Friday sale. Make sure y'all go check him out. It's definitely he makes some fun videos. Love what he's doing right now. Trying to get him up, trying to get him up to 500 subscribers. So you know, make sure y'all go support, go subscribe to him. Q the movie collector. He's doing a giveaway, and he's just a great guy, fun to watch, fun to talk to him all the time, DMing, messaging, we all have a blast. So it is he's a really cool dude, and I mean, he's doing a giveaway and he's gonna be doing it live. I mean, I told him I might throw him in a chokehold real quick if I don't get that Ninja Turtle set, but nah, it's all good. But yeah, make sure y'all go check him out. I'm just waiting for my brother to come back in because his Wi-Fi is just super choppy. But I do want to talk about one thing before we get into what we're going to get into with the movies and the R&B joints and the rap joints. I'm wearing my Reasonable Doubt shirt. This was the 20-year anniversary shirt. I've had this shirt for 10 years. It is something that once it gets so worn out, I actually take this damn thing to the dry cleaners because I don't want it to get ruined. This was like an exclusive shirt. So I never wanted to ruin it. Had it for 10 years. I need to know what is with all the fucking hate to Jay-Z every single second of anybody. It don't matter who it is that just gets to shit on this man and always talk about why is it a problem for him to have an exclusive vinyl, which I don't even have a vinyl player, but I'm going to buy this Reasonable Doubt 30th anniversary vinyl over at Target because a anything Reasonable Doubt I'm all about. Still my favorite album. That is the crown jewel. That is the best one Jay-Z has ever and will ever drop. But why do we get so much hate? This man is a businessman. Go look up his net worth. Do you know that only 5% of his $2.1 billion is contributed to music? So why the fuck would you want to stay in that lane all the time? Everybody, every true rapper that is making millions and millions is not off of rap. And for all you Drake fans, he's trying to sell OVO. So shut up. I don't want to hear nothing from Drake fans because that shit is in bankruptcy, in debt too. But any chance, man, like nobody said nothing when Iceman was on vinyl. Nobody says nothing to Taylor Swift when her shit is on a vinyl only at Target. But we're worried about Jay. Everything Jay does, this man can't walk out his front door without somebody saying, "Oh, he was wearing flip flops." Who cares? So I don't get what all the hate is. Now all of a sudden it's he was never popular when Biggie and Tupac were around. What? Because Reasonable Doubt didn't sell out the fucking stores. Mind you, he didn't promote it like how Puff promoted Big and how Death Row promoted Pac. Jay had a street team. That's all he had. There was no huge fucking fireworks and displays in the park and posters of Biggie. You know what I'm saying? It was none of that. So I just don't get it. And then it takes volume 2 for him to get popular. And now all of a sudden he would have never been nothing if Biggie was around. But anyways, so to you and my cousin Triborough and my uncle Carmelo, congratulations on the Knicks win.
Yes, let's
Um,
go. I told
yeah,
you. I was on here last week and I told you all we're gonna finish the Spurs in 5 and we bust their ass on their home court. And it feels so good to be back on top and have all the haters now rocking orange and blue. I love it. I love my Knicks. This is the only basketball team that matters in New York City. I love my Knicks. I'm so happy for them. The parade was a shit show. That's a whole nother story, but I'm so happy for Jalen Brunson, the MVP, the real face of the league, not Wemby. And we're going to run it back again next year. I'm that confident. I don't care who Giannis signs with. We're going to run it back again next year and take the Eastern Conference again.
let's go.
Let's go.
I mean, hey man, I'm just glad y'all won. My cousin Eddie, he was mad, like he was so excited. Because even though we're from Massachusetts, my uncle moved out to Long Island,
Right,
and my cousin Eddie was just never a Red Sox fan or
right.
any of that stuff. He's always been anything New York because we do have our roots out there, but it's
Mhm.
just I'm from Mass. I don't watch sports anymore. I
Right,
feel sports are not the same, so
right.
it's not like I watch it all the time. But yeah, man, when I seen the couple of clips that you posted, like why people got to
Well,
just ruin a
was
good
I was ready to go out there, and there's a whole bunch of things that prevented that. Like, that when you go out with people, there's certain people that you could go out with, and then there's certain people that you can't go out with. And trying to link up with certain people, and they don't even know the area, they don't know where they're gonna be at. And on top of that, it was a hassle just to get in to the entrance, and they checking bags and umbrellas. We supposed to get thunderstorms, we didn't get that. So they basically wanted people to be out there if we did get the thunderstorms with no umbrella, right? And then
Mhm.
you having it's like they're turning people away. That some people came from all the way from Staten Island, some people came out of state. They're turning people away if it reached capacity. There was some side streets where they had people that couldn't see nothing. I'm like, why the cops got all these people here? They're not going to see a damn thing, and they're going to be pretty pissed off when they see the floats going by. And they're not seeing nothing. So what happened was they end up a crowd of people end up bursting through the barricades, and the cops couldn't stop them. But it was just a lot of crazy stuff going on, and that's not how we're represented. That's not how New York City is. That's for like the new generation of Nick fans that they can't tell you the starting five on there. They're just there for the shit show. You know what I'm saying? The generation from my era, we're not doing that. We're not climbing on top of scaffolding and falling down. We're not. I seen two females fight. One was half naked and she fighting with another female. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on there, and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of glad I didn't go.
Yeah, I remember you text me and you were like, "Yo, you were so
Yeah,
hyped," and then like
well,
a couple hours later, you were
I
like,
was.
"Yo, I'm not,
I was
I'm
I
not
was
doing it."
ready. I picked out my sneakers, everything. I had my whole outfit ready, and something just told me like, sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I
Yeah,
did it. Like it was the subways were like it took like 30 minutes for people in the subway just to keep it moving. So like it was just bad. Like it was unorganized by Mandani. I mean, he tried his best. I love the celebration they had at Gracie Mansion for the Knicks and having Alicia Keys come out and sing Empire State of Mind, and it was great. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of
oh,
unorganized. There was people complaining about the route. The route was too short. They wanted that somebody had told me like it would have been better if they had the Knicks go through the five boroughs, like they do with the marathon every November, and
yeah,
and just have people in their borough celebrate it like that instead of having 2 million people out there in a crowded, tight space, and it was just a whole bunch of like ratchetness going on. I'm like, bro, I can't be out there.
yeah. You know, and that's another thing I heard too is Jay-Z didn't perform. I mean,
He
like,
didn't show up. I didn't. I
yeah,
mean, they said he was going to be out there, but I didn't see him.
yeah, but who said? Was it
I heard that from
official?
the analyst. The analyst said that when they after the parade was over and they went to Gracie Mansion, the analyst said on the telecast that Jay Z was going to come out with Alicia Keys, and we didn't see him.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I'm so like the amount of fucking DMs I get over Jay Z. I'm like, yo, I'm not his booking agent. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what you want me to do? Like, I still defend. I don't know the person as a person. You can
Uh,
only go off of whatever. You know, it's just like right now, Rick Ross is the talk of the town because he took a commercial flight.
so what?
Who cares?
Right.
Like, you can't fly private all of the time.
Exactly. I've met rappers at airports that took commercial flights. You remember Loon from Harlem World?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, of
When
course.
when Loon was on Bad Boy, I met Loon down in Miami for spring break back in '03. He was taking a commercial flight to Minnesota. He had a show out there.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
just don't
saying?
get.
And it happens.
I just don't get it. I don't get where like everybody like because you're a celebrity, you have to travel private. Like I don't know. Again, it's just so we get more hung up on celebrities' life style in their life rather than taking a look at our own.
Exactly.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That's why literally I've been off of Instagram for like a solid like 2 weeks. I've been just peeking in,
Right.
see who's messaging me, make sure it ain't nothing important,
Mhm.
and then I'm out.
Right.
Because again, this is oh, Jay-Z don't care about the black culture. Oh, you see Rick Ross on a commercial flight, that's your man. First of all, I told you how I felt about Rick Ross. You know
Right.
what I mean? The man can rap. I respect him as a rapper, a businessman. He went from owning one wing stop to owning 30 of them and having a piece of the franchise. Again, this is what you were supposed to do. Music does not make the money that it does for other people. You have to have a side venture. Everything is a side venture. You know what I mean? It's whether or not you're willing to sell your soul for certain things, and that's it. You know, if Jay sold his soul, fuck it. Who cares? Is he gonna rap? That's all I care about. I don't care
Right.
what business moves he's making. I don't care that Rick Ross is flying commercial. Now, in a situation like Bow Wow's, where he's taking a picture, stealing cropping himself and stealing a photo image of a luxury and then being on an economy flight, that's different. Rick Ross wasn't displaying the biggest balls, Ricky Rose. I'm at the airport going private luxury and then hop on a commercial. He didn't do none of that. He was
Right.
just in line. And oh my God, he's taking a commercial flight. The big boss.
Crazy.
Shut up. Shut up. Like, this shit's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, so when we made this list, we wanted to have fun today because last week was a weird episode and we wanted to steer away from that.
Right.
So we picked out 5 blockbuster movies that we love. And then some R&B joints, 5 R&B joints that we love, and 5 rap joints that we love. Now, I will say my list of movies is only movies that I've seen in the theater, and I'm not a big theater person.
Right.
So, in order for it to fit in my criteria, because there's hundreds of blockbuster movies, I had to see it, I had to like it, I have to love it, and I have to own it. Um, and on top of that, I'm telling y'all right now, Triborough may have a different
Oh.
outlook on this, but most of my R&B joints and rap joints are all old school. So
Okay.
just get ready.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to kick it off with the first movie? Let's do movies first.
All right. First movie for me was from 2001, The Fast and the Furious. Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, rest in peace. You know, Paul Walker plays Brian, undercover LAPD officer, and he's going undercover for this case that he has. And Dom's crew, they're doing heisting and criminal activities, and Brian gets involved with his crew and becomes friends with Dom and Jordana Brewster, her character, and he gets that's his love interest, and he got too deep undercover with Dom's crew, and it's almost like he forgot who he was at the end of the day, and I love the stunts in that film and the racing, and I remember going to see that summer, and I didn't know who Vin Diesel was because I know he was in Saving Private Ryan, but I didn't see that until like years later. So that was like my first introduction to Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, and I loved it. I loved the cinematography, and the soundtrack was dope. The soundtrack was actually on Murder Inc. It was on Murder Inc. Def Jam. I was a part of that street team when I joined the Murder Inc. street team, and we were promoting that soundtrack. And they had Cadillac Ty with the first single POV Anthem. And they had Faith Evans was on that soundtrack. They had Ja Rule, Ashanti, Old Murder Inc. I remember they sent me the soundtrack on vinyl. And the soundtrack was dope, and yeah, that was like that to me is still the best Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
Like they up to like 10 now. I think part 2 of 10 is coming out next year.
Yeah.
But I think that's still the best one, and it was great, and I didn't even believe like it's been like over 20 years and they still milking this franchise, and they talking about spin-offs and all that, but I definitely think it's a classic movie.
Speaking of, I just grabbed it because you just reminded me. I
Oh,
forgot I had it and I don't need it, so it's
right.
going in your box. But you fixing to get the steel book.
Oh, nice. That's fire.
20th anniversary.
That's
So
dope. Appreciate
that's
that.
gonna go in your box when I
Wow.
mail it out.
Y'all see that? Steelbook. Oh, dope. That's fire.
uh,
I can't wait to do the unboxing haul. That's gonna be an epic video.
you just wait. Um, so for me, this was
Mm.
the first one aside from Oliver and Company. That was the very first movie I ever seen as a kid. But my number 5, one that really shocked me and just took me to a whole different world is Jurassic Park.
Oh yes.
The CGI at that time, for that time,
Mm.
and to think that that was going to be actually stop motion until they realized, they found the guy that could actually do the computer animation.
Right.
I just was so mesmerized when I seen that first opening, just seeing the gate.
Mhm.
And then the first time you see that T-Rex was just
Yeah,
something epic.
definitely.
And being in my early teens when I seen this movie, I was just like, it made me think dinosaurs were like there,
Right.
especially the surround sound in the movie theater. Everything just lined up, and I still think to this day that is one of the best out of the franchise is the first one.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would really disagree with that. Soundtrack wise, I didn't listen to the soundtracks, but
Mm,
that movie, I remember seeing that and just actually being mesmerized.
yeah,
Like, I didn't want to go to the bathroom until the movie was over. I didn't want to go refill up on anything.
right.
And when my step pops took me, it was just like he's like, oh, I got high hopes for this movie. Steven Spielberg knows what he's doing, and da da
Mm,
da. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, Dad. Like, I'm too cool to, you know what I mean?
right.
And it was just the second it came on, I'm like, boom. And like I said, I didn't even want to go to the bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
I was just so intrigued. So that's definitely like my number 5
All
on
right.
the
My
list.
number 4 is Batman '89. Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, Kim Basinger. A classic Batman film. I remember going to see that when that came out, and I had gotten a Batman shirt. And this is the time when in hip hop, when like fashion wise, we had like the medallion necklaces, if y'all remember that.
Hmm.
And I remember getting, we had like the African medallion necklaces. I remember getting a Batman one and wearing that to the movie theater, and just being amazed of like, and I, as a kid, like I grew up watching Batman, the Batman TV show from the '60s with Adam West and Burt Ward, Cesar Romero, Frank Gorshin, Burgess Meredith, and watching that in syndication as a kid, and then going to actually see the Batman film with Michael Keaton, and he looked like Batman. They had the feeling, the Tim Burton cinematography was great. It was dark, it was gritty. You know, you see that when Michael Keaton is Bruce Wayne, and how he was real suave, he was real smooth with the ladies, and then when he put on the cape, it was like a different person. Everything about that, from the Batmobile, um, um, Jack Nicholson playing the Joker, and the costumes that he had on, and I loved it, and that's still my favorite, Batman film of all time. Like I've been around to see every Batman from the TV show to now, from Adam West to Keaton, and Val Kilmer, rest in peace, and Clooney and Christian Bale, um, what's his name? Ben Affleck, who I was totally against Affleck playing Batman in the beginning because I didn't think he could pull it off. But then when I saw him, when I went to see Batman versus Superman, I was like, yo, he's a good. He played the oldest seasoned Batman. I felt he could have been great if he had his own Batman film, and then seeing now Robert Pattinson as the Batman, and it's been great. Like I love what, I don't want them to keep rebooting Batman and Superman, but I love what DC has done with Batman. But I feel like like seeing the reincarnations of Batman, I don't feel like they need to keep rebooting their main superheroes. But I love the direction that the Batman is going in with Robert Pattinson, but Keaton, really, to me, he will always be my Batman.
Oh
Just
yeah.
I remember getting that on VHS back in the day, and I watched it so many times, and the soundtrack, buying the soundtrack on cassette and then buying it on CD, and love the soundtrack by Prince, and it was great. Like everything just looked and felt like Gotham City, and Batman, and kudos to Tim Burton for doing that.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. That's why I have multiple versions of the Batmobile.
Yeah,
I got a big version, a small version, a Hot Wheel version. I still have my original Joker figure
nice, nice.
um, from when I was a kid. I lost the.
Mm.
I still have the little hat. I don't know how the hell I held on to the hat, but I
Oh,
don't have the. He used to have like an attachment you filled with water,
right.
and you could spray water out of the
Wow.
flower.
Oh,
But I lost that attachment, but I still have the hat.
that's
It's
dope.
it's over there on my shelf.
That's dope.
Um, but yeah, Keaton will always be my Batman.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I watched the Flash. It's the only reason why I think
Yeah.
anybody really watched the
I,
Flash
I
is
I
because
watched the Flash. It felt like they didn't really know what to do with that story, so they just put Keaton in there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he don't really need to be a part of that story. I felt like he wasn't really needed.
No, he wasn't, but he was needed because the movie was going to fail because of the
Right,
controversy. So,
right, yeah,
my number four is definitely my man's. I don't care how people feel about him. The smack and everything, but Men in Black,
yes,
man, when that
yes,
movie came out,
mm-hmm.
I was there opening night. I remember that. I went with my cousin,
um,
and we had so much fun. And to me, Will Smith just he doesn't really he's got questionable movies, but to me it's so hard for me to say I don't like that movie. I mean
right,
everything from Concussion, 7 pounds, uh
yeah,
6 degrees of separation, like the Fresh Prince. I grew up on Will Smith. That was the first rapper officially that my father let me listen to loudly in the house because he didn't curse.
right,
So, you know, when I seen that, the CGI in that was just so fire. I
right,
love that shit.
yeah,
So for me, Men in Black, that's why I got the steel book because it just holds a special place for me. It's kind of like Bad Boys. Bad Boys, I didn't see in theaters. We ended up, me and my cousin watched it on bootleg,
uh-huh.
uh, VHS back in the day. With the people walking by and
Yeah,
coughing and
yeah,
sneezing.
yeah,
But that's how it was back then. But when
yeah,
I got to see that in the theater, I was so happy. Vincent killed it
mm-hmm.
as walking around in the aliens, in the human skin,
Yes,
and everything about that movie. I still quote movie lines to this day from that movie.
right,
So it's just one of those movies where it just always stuck with me, and it's one of
mm-hmm.
those you could keep saying the movie lines, and it just never gets old.
Right,
So love that one.
yeah.
What you got for number three?
Number three, I got The Mummy from 1999. Stephen Sommers, Brendan Fraser, and Rachel Weisz. You had John Hannah play Jonathan, and the guy that played Imhotep, the Mummy, and I love that film, and I went to see the first two in theaters when those came out, and from when I saw the trailer for it, and I'm like, it's adventure, it's action. You got like your historical facts in the movie, and it was just fun. It was just fun to watch, and that's become like one of my favorite like action adventure films like all time. It had your comedy, you had your little bit of drama, your action, your little bit of horror. It was everything all in one, and it's a family film, and I never get tired of watching it. And it was Brendan Fraser did a great job, playing Rick, and you see the chemistry with him and Evelyn in that film, and I loved it. Just when the mummy comes to life and he's wrecking havoc on the whole country out there in the desert, and the special effects were fire, and Benny was funny in that film too, and it was just a lot of hilarious moments in that film, and watching them try to they're awakening this mummy, and they gotta like try to kill him, and it was great. I loved that. I loved part one and part two. Part three was alright. It wasn't great. 'Cause I know like Rachel Weisz left, and they brought in the other female, I forgot her name, for part three. But you had Jet Li in that one, but the first two were to me were like the classic ones. I know they're doing part four that's coming out, I think next year. They're doing that, or year after next. That's coming out. So um, I saw a post online with Brendan Fraser is training now. He's in the gym, and he's getting back in shape for what's about to happen for part four. So I definitely want to see part four when that comes out, and they got the whole gang back together. So I'm definitely excited. But yeah, Mummy from 1999, classic film.
Hmm. I didn't even. I was never really a big Mummy fan. I like the movie. I seen it. I own it on
Uh,
Blu-ray. Never felt the
yeah,
need to
definitely.
upgrade.
Right.
But I have to watch it again. I watched it so long ago that
Yeah.
it's probably one of those where I have to revisit it. But
Right.
at the time when I seen it, I wasn't really feeling it. It
Yeah.
wasn't one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I get the appeal, especially for back then, all the
Mhm.
sandstorms, the special effects
Yeah.
on um the lead dude there, the villain.
Yeah. Arnold.
Oh man, for back then, see, everybody now is so used to like what they see on a Marvel movie or
Right.
DC movie, like all these great. We didn't have that like polished, super polished look.
Right.
So when you see something like that, it really takes you out of the element, and you're just like, "Yo, that's crazy."
Yeah.
And now when you look back on it and you watch it, you see it through your older eyes, and you're kind of
Mhm.
like, "Ooh, I like that." Sometimes, like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
Star Wars, you know what I mean, kind of did
Right.
that to me.
Mhm.
Watching it on VHS and then watching it on like 4K, it's kind of like they changed so much that I almost wish that they would have stuck with the VHS version
Right.
because it was raw, it was rugged, and
Mhm.
it's what I remember,
Yeah.
and then changing everything. So,
Right.
boom. For me, this is a Robert Downey Jr. classic. I remember when this like was being announced, I had to go see this day one, and this is
Right.
what kicked off Marvel, and that's gonna be Iron Man.
Yeah.
When that came out, it was such a huge spectacle. And I mean, at that time, Robert Downey was still in that weird,
Mhm.
is he gonna really make it? Can he
Right.
really pull this off?
Mhm.
Is he ready for Hollywood again? Is he gonna come back? So
Yeah.
when he did that, it was just bar none dope as hell.
Yeah.
And that's I think if it wasn't for the success of Iron Man, we wouldn't have got these great things. Yes, I know Blade was officially like the one that really should have set it off, but they had no
Right.
future plans for it.
Right.
So, how could it fit? And I like what they did with, we need a Gambit movie. I still
Mhm.
Chatham was perfect.
Yeah. He was good.
I wish that they would do that, but of course, they're not gonna.
I think they still might though. I think like when Marvel reintroduces the X-Men in Doomsday, I
Yeah.
think we still might get a standalone Gambit film with Channing Tatum because he was good in what was it, Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah.
He was good in that. I liked him in
That's what
as
I'm saying. Like he's been trying to get that role for decades.
yeah.
Like, let me play Gambit, and he got it down pat, especially with
Yeah.
the card throwing and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
He was on point with the bow staff. So, and Gambit was always my favorite
Right.
Wolverine, like always. And
Yeah.
then right underneath there, Cyclops and Wolverine. Those
Oh,
were always like my top 3 tier
right.
of X-Men, because we grew up.
Oh yeah.
I grew up on the Dope series.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Same.
Like that
Same.
that shit. The original X-Men
Hmm.
series is still
Yeah.
that's gotta be,
Top tier right there. Definitely.
yeah, that's almost like holy grail.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to find those like
Mm-hmm.
at a good cheap
A good
price?
price. Yeah.
If you do get one at around $50, I can guarantee you there's a disc missing
Right.
or it's so fucked up it's not savable. Like you can't save the scratches, you can't fix it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iron Man was my shit, man.
Oh yeah.
That was my shit. What you got, number 3?
Number two. Number
Oh, number
two.
2, that's right.
Yes. Number two. I got a movie you already mentioned. Men in Black.
Mm,
Will Smith. Tommy Lee Jones. Love this film. I went to see this when this came out, and like you said, like we grew up on Will Smith. I was a huge Will Smith fan. I met the man in person with his family. Great person. Um, and that was like one of the first films I went to see that he starred in. Like I went to see Independence Day when that came out. Great film as well. But Men in Black was great. Like him playing Agent J and discovering there's like another underground force that's going after aliens, and they filmed the movie in New York City, and I loved it. Vincent D'Onofrio, he played like the villain. That he was great in it as well, and the sound. I remember buying the soundtrack. The soundtrack was iconic. This was like Will Smith's comeback. He was gone for like a couple years out of hip hop, and returned with Big Willie style when that dropped, and Men in Black was on that. The song Men in Black was on that album as well. But yeah, the movie was great. I love the special effects. Tommy Lee Jones playing the no nonsense agent, and I loved it. Like they had great chemistry on screen. The story was good. It was a lot of laughs in the theater, and this
Yeah,
that's a movie I can watch over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
same.
I remember having it on VHS back then, and I never is it on 4K? I never got the 4K set.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
gotta
have
get that.
the 4K set is only available in HDR. The
Mm,
Steelbook, the reason why I got the Steelbook is because it's in Dolby Vision, which
okay,
it did step it up a notch, but
right,
not enough for normal people. You
mm,
know, I guess you really gotta love the movie if you wanna step it up,
right.
you know,
And
to
just like it was like that part where he's like, I make this look good, and he has his shades on with the suit and the weapons they
yeah.
were using, and I loved it. Like it was just so dope, and I could watch that movie right now and still be in love with it. So
Mhm.
yeah, man.
So, another one for me, now
Mhm.
this is gonna seem funny because I'm a man and
Right.
but I'll tell you, this is in my top 5 of all-time
Mm.
comedies, and for me, that's gonna be Bridesmaids.
Good one.
When I went to the theater to see this, first of all, I have a soft spot for Melissa McCarthy.
Keep going.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows I love her.
Mhm.
You know, Bridesmaids is just fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. All-star cast, great filming. It's just everybody trying to outdo the next person just to be the
Right.
bridesmaid. I just absolutely love it. Do I want to get the 4K? No. I have it on Blu-ray, and for me, comedies are very hard to
Right.
upgrade. I'm more of the if it's a horror, an action film, something like that. Yes, I'll upgrade most likely, but a comedy's very hard for
Right.
me to want to upgrade to 4K, especially paying $42 for it or $35. It gets tough. Tropic Thunder was one of those rare occasions that I upgraded. I didn't even upgrade Blazing
Right.
Saddles, because I feel like and Spaceballs. I have the black case
Mhm.
edition of Spaceballs on Blu-ray. I don't want to upgrade to 4K. Sometimes comedies are really tough, even if I love them
Yeah.
tremendously. Um, but the only reason why I did the 4K on Tropic Thunders, 'cause I didn't own it on Blu-ray. I only had it on DVD. So I figured if I'm going to upgrade, might as well upgrade to the top
Right.
tier. But yeah, Bridesmaids. If y'all haven't seen Bridesmaids, I don't know how you haven't, but y'all got to watch it. I don't care if you're a man, woman. It's such a funny
Mhm.
comedy and heavily slept on and never really talked about. I got my little kitten here,
Mm.
little Oreo.
Oreo, hey Oreo,
Yeah.
she's adorable.
Yeah, the other one's my
Uh,
homegirl. That one's
oh,
my she Pepper's all
right.
about me. She's just trying to figure out what I'm doing. She's like, "Hey." But yeah, what you got for
Number
number 1
one,
though?
number one. Yo, this whole list was hard because I wanted to go through different decades, and I feel like I kind of did that. But
Same.
number one for me, 1991, Terminator 2, Judgment Day,
Ooh.
classic film, my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film of all time. I remember seeing the Terminator when I was a kid on VHS, and that to me was like more of like a horror, and this one was more action, sci-fi, and James Cameron, his vision. I think he even outdid himself with this one compared to part one. And you had Edward
Yeah.
Furlong as John Connor. You had Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor, and um I forgot the dude Robert. What's his name? Robert. Right, forgot his name.
Oh,
Hmm?
the
Yes, yeah,
T-1000?
Robert Patrick. That's his
I
name,
can't
Robert
remember his
Patrick, right?
name
Robert
either.
Patrick, I think. I think that's his name.
Yeah, yeah, I think it is. I
And
think it is.
just the cinematography and the action and what the T-1000 could do. Robert Patrick's characters and him like morphing into like liquid, and then the robot, and that was like so ahead of his time back then. And having Arnold's character, who was like a villain in the first film, and going after Sarah Connor, and now he was like helping her and helping John, and I just love it. I remember going to see that, and just being like so shocked at everything, and watching it for so many decades, and still loving that film, and you had Edward Furlong with the Public Enemy T-shirt, and it was just so dope. It was I was like, yo, I even if I watch that now, I can still remember how I felt the first time going to see it. And I think, like, again, I think the first two films were the best. I part three was okay. Rise of the Machines was okay. They did switch it up. Linda Hamilton didn't come back, and it was a different Edward Furlong. But I love the first two. The first two to me will always be the best ones in the series. And man, that's when I think of like summer blockbusters, it's certain films that give me that nostalgia, like Judgment Day, like Men in Black, and
Yeah.
Batman '89. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wish I would have been able to see that in the theater along with Batman
Mm.
'89, but Batman '89, I was 8.
Yeah,
And then when Terminator came out, I was 10.
right,
So it was like, my pops ain't letting me see that shit.
right.
Again, I saw it at my cousin's house on VHS bootleg.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, my number one is another one that I share, uh, and that's Dark Knight. I
mm,
mean, I seen that in IMAX when it came out, a real IMAX, not
yeah,
this fake ass shit they got now where they just stretch out a little bit of a. I actually went to a real Jordan's Furniture.
mm,
This shit was huge. I mean, it had like the seat back stadium joint.
right,
It was so big that you have to follow like the scenes where Batman's flying
yeah,
across the night, and you had to follow him like gliding when he went to Japan to get my
right, right,
man.
yeah,
It was just so epic seeing that and not knowing when you first seen it and not knowing that that
mm,
was Heath Ledger
right,
in the bank robbery with them.
yeah,
I didn't know that was Joker because he
right,
didn't make it present that it was him. He kept the
right,
mask on, and right when he revealed himself,
mm-hmm,
and the way that it just hit in the theater, everybody was like, "Oh, it's Joker."
mm-hmm,
So that was one of those, like, everybody in the theater was so happy because Batman Begins was okay,
yeah,
but it was nothing like Dark Knight.
definitely,
And
yeah,
then Dark Knight Rises is good.
yeah,
I do like that. Tom Hardy did his thing.
mm-hmm,
I actually bought one of those bomber jackets that
really,
looks just like the movie. Yeah, back in the day, I don't have it
mm-hmm,
anymore, but
mm-hmm,
uh, you know, it's just the Dark Knight was crazy.
yeah,
And it was really Heath Ledger that is the one that
yeah,
really brought that movie alive.
oh yeah,
Um, I know I've heard debates of, oh, if he didn't pass, maybe nah, it was all him.
mm-hmm,
It was that performance because Jack Nicholson will always be my Joker.
yeah,
Let's not get it twisted, but
mm,
he played a different version of the comic book Joker, whereas Heath Ledger took on more of the psychotic side,
right,
and Jack Nicholson took on the more artistic, funny side.
yeah,
So, that's the way I've always looked at it. But I can't take away from what Heath Ledger did with that Joker. So, hats off to him. But yeah, when I
and,
seen that IMAX, I wish I owned an IMAX just so I could watch that movie over and over. A real one,
right,
a 32-story fucking screen. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was huge.
mm-hmm. I, re-
So
I remember going to see that when I think it was opening night, and the line was around the block. We went to Manhattan. We went to 34th Street, and it was around the block. And we went like at the last showing was like 12 a.m. And the 12 a.m. showing, it was had a line around the block just to get in because everybody wanted to see this film. and it was so dope. And like again, like I grew up with Jack as the Joker and Cesar Romero on the TV show back then, but Heath Ledger took it to another level as the Joker. And I also liked Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent in Two Face. I think he played a better Two Face than Tom Lee Jones did in what was that Batman
Oh yeah,
Batman
yeah.
Forever?
Batman
Yeah,
Forever. Yeah,
yeah, and I liked him as Two Face also, and yeah, that was a epic Batman film.
yeah, definitely. I loved it.
Yeah,
I put that right up there with '89.
yes, yeah,
And Batman Returns
yeah,
is
yeah,
phenomenal as well. But
definitely,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
yes.
I so real quick, you want to run down R&B joints or you want to
Yes.
run down rap joints first?
I said I just got R&B summer songs because
See, I don't even have
I didn't
summer
have too
songs.
many. I know there's probably a lot of rap summer songs. I could think of like maybe two off the top, but like when I thought like of summer songs, I was thinking like R&B summer songs. So,
I see. For
mm,
me, I was thinking what I like to play when I got the windows down,
okay,
system bumping,
right,
and most likely, if it's not the R&B and it's rap, these are most likely the tracks that you're going to hear blasting through my car.
okay,
That's kind of like, and it's always been like that since I was, since I could drive, because I've
right,
always had a system in my car. I've only
right,
had one that didn't, and that was because the Bose system in that Infinity was just insane. The
right,
only thing I did was I put an amplifier on the subwoofer
hmm,
that was already in the car, and it kind of amplified it a little bit more. But
right,
that's the only car I never had a system in. Every other car I've owned out of the
hmm,
7, I've always had a
right,
system.
right.
So that was
Yeah.
my shit. So
All right.
you want to do rap or R&B first?
Um, I, I like I said, like I don't have a rap list, but
Okay.
to me, like the greatest rap summer anthem is "Summertime."
Oh yeah, Will Smith. Yeah,
DJ
yeah.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. That will always be my favorite rap summer anthem. The video, the things that Will was saying, it was like you can visually see what he's
Yes.
talking about. Going to the barbershop to get fresh and getting your new outfit. You going to the cookout. The women are getting their hair and nails done. That's what we do now. When we go to a
Yep.
cookout every summer, we gonna look fresh. You're gonna get
Yeah.
your fresh fit. You're gonna go to the barbershop or the hair salon, and you know that the shorty's gonna be out there, and you looking to get nice with something good in your cup, or something nice on your plate to eat, and the uncles are gonna be out there talking and playing all the old tunes, and that's what we did every
Yep.
summer. We did that, and it's been a minute since I like been to a cookout, and us like actually having one, but everything that he was saying in that song from '91 is still timeless. It's a timeless
Yeah.
summer anthem.
Yeah. And I actually I didn't put that on my list because I was gonna say the same thing you just said. No matter what,
Mhm.
don't care. That is the summertime. Just like New York State of Mind
Yeah.
is New York's song.
Yes.
The only other one that can competition with that, we ain't even talking rap, is the
Mhm.
Frank Sinatra joint from back in
Yes.
the day.
Yes.
Okay.
And they played all of that. They played all of those
Yes.
songs at the
And
parade.
look, I get it. I'm the biggest Jay-Z fan, but
Mhm.
that did not compare to New York State of Mind
Right.
to me.
You,
And
you know what
I'm the biggest fan.
you know
So
what it is like that. That's more for like the Yankees when the Yankees won their last chip in
yeah,
2009. That was more for the Yankees because Jay when once Jay was rocking the Yankee fitteds, everybody's rocking it too.
yeah, but he wasn't the first to
Right.
do
He
it.
wasn't the first, but he
Yeah,
he, he brought it. He
but
made it popular again to where your Yankee fitted.
New York State of Mind,
Yes.
not this joint, that is New York's song.
Yeah.
Period. And
Yeah.
it's still relevant today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Crackheads on the corner trying to sell some broken amps. This is real
Yeah.
still to this day. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. I kind of I don't look at Jay's version of a New York song as much as I will still play that with Knobs and Primo
Mhm.
over J shit any day.
Right.
Any day.
Yeah.
All right, well, what you got? Let's
All
run
right.
down your list.
So number five, I got A. Marie and Ludacris. Why don't we fall in love? Has a summertime feel. The video was shot during the summertime in Brooklyn. I actually know that park because that park is. I've been to that park many times. It's within the area of like where Spike Lee has his studio at. And it's just a feel good record. And she's just talking about, love and, summertimes, you might not be in a relationship and the summer might make you feel like you need to be with somebody close and A. Marie, that's her biggest hit. You know what I'm saying? Like when that song
Yeah.
comes on, everybody knows. There's like so many remixes I heard of that. I know Ludacris is on the original joint. There's another remix I heard. I think it was with Prodigy or Shine. It was like another remix for that song and just I love the beat for that and the bass line and it's just a great breezy summer anthem. And I like I gotta put this on the list. You know what I'm saying? So I got that.
Mhm.
You want me to do the whole list?
Yeah, you could run through the whole joint.
All right, number four, I got Tanya Gardner. This is an older song. This is a song called Heartbeat, and I used to hear this. My mom used to play this when I was a kid, and the
Yeah, that was the joint. Oh.
yes, and even now, like there's so many people that have sampled that record. The beat, the
Mhm.
bass line is like a real funky, feel good disco track, and Tanya Gardner she killed that joint. Um, I got what else I got on here? I got Cool in the Gang. I got Cool in the Gang Summer Madness, which is actually the original record that Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince sampled for Summertime. And that's on one of Cool in the Gang's older albums. That's in that era when they were like just like an instrumental band before the JT Taylor era. And yeah, just an iconic instrumental.
And real quick,
Um,
Will Smith did give them their props
yeah,
on the song. So
yeah.
go ahead.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. You have to because everybody
Yeah,
knows that song. The people
yeah.
that grew up with Cool in the Gang, once they heard the Summertime joint, they already knew it was from Cool in the Gang. I
Mhm.
love that joint. Definitely a classic. I got Patrice Rushen, You Remind Me, and that was another song that's been sampled by so many people like Faith Evans and Heavy and the Boys. It's just a feel good record. It gives you that nostalgia, and I love the beat, the bass line, the way that Patrice Rushen sang on that track. And number one for me, this might be the all-time cookout anthem, the Gap Band, Outstanding. You already know that song when you
Mm.
hear those drums kick in and the bass line comes in and Charlie Wilson, Uncle Charlie to a lot of people now. He killed it vocally. Um, that song has been sampled by Redman for Blow Your Mind. It's been sampled by even Jazzy Different Freshman sampled it. So many people have sampled that record. Shaq, he sampled it on Outstanding from the Shaq Diesel album. Just an iconic feel good record. We played it at cookouts, and that's the all time cookout anthem during the summer. So I gotta have that at number one.
Mhm. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. So let me run through my rap list and I'll
Yeah.
run through my so my rap list is like I said, it's old school, but
Mm,
number 5, Pump Pump, Snoop Dogg.
mm,
You gotta respect that. I mean that shit hit hard.
yeah.
Number 4, Long Kiss, Biggie.
Yes.
Look,
Okay.
that track is just ridiculous to me.
Right.
Frank White's the medicine, Cron's the medicine. Um, Let Me Ride Dre. I remember when I
Mm,
first heard that and I
yeah.
was like, yo, I know that sample. And then
Mm,
realizing you go back to the roots
yeah.
again. Some of hip hop's greatest hits
Mm,
are from back in the
funkadelic.
days.
Yeah.
We always paid homage to our peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Then my last two on the rap is gonna be Snoopy track from
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z.
Okay.
That's my shit. I got a main chick, a mistress, and a young bitch. Forget it, I'm the
Yeah.
god. And then I got number one, my favorite song on Reasonable Doubt.
Mm.
Never will change. Feeling it.
Oh
I
yes.
love that. Such a smooth, nice flow to it. And when you floating in the Lexus and he's
Mm-hmm.
saying pulling up in the Lex, It's just I don't care if my car is 18 years old. That's my baby.
Yeah.
Then my R&B joints, and I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna
Okay.
take you back. All right, R. Kelly. I know y'all
Ooh.
hate him. I don't
Nope,
care.
I don't hate
I
him.
still love the
Don't
man.
hate
No,
him.
no, I'm saying like, you know,
Mm,
we on this channel we separate the personal life from the music. It's
right.
about the music.
Right.
Like a real freak. That was
Yeah.
my shit when that
Yeah.
dropped
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
TP2.
Yes.
Um, then you got The Rain, Orange
Mm.
Juice Jones.
Oh wow.
Still to this day,
I remember that.
one of the coldest endings to any R&B track in history.
Right.
And anybody that's listening that's old school, KB, Floyd, y'all know what I'm talking about. Dell, y'all know when oh don't go in that closet. Ain't nothing up in there for you. So to me, that was my joint.
Mm.
And then you gotta have that good loving body rocking,
Mm.
knocking boots.
Yes.
H
Eight down.
Town Boys featuring Luke back when Luke was on fire.
Right.
And H Town was on fire. They
Oh
got
yeah.
together, and this is when music had interludes.
Yes. Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we don't get that anymore. This one's newer age. A lot of y'all don't even know the artist, but he is behind multiple quadruple platinum hits, and
Mm.
that's going to be Tank
Yes.
Savage off of the Savage album. That is one of my favorite albums from Tank.
Mm.
If you don't know who Tank is, he is behind hits from Aaliyah, Genuine, R. Kelly, uh, Tyrese,
Mm.
um, Kelly. He wrote some shit for Kelly Clarkson. I mean, the man's got a catalog.
Right.
So if you want to actually hear original stuff from him, go look up Tank, and it's spelled Tank. The man's amazing. You can see why he produces multi-platinum hits. And my number one of the ones that Tank helped co-write, but didn't write the whole thing, was Genuine's, and it ain't Pony,
Mm.
but Tell Me What You Want to Do.
Oh, okay.
That song is my favorite Genuine song over Jeans, over
Right.
Pony, over
So anxious.
Anxious.
Yeah.
Right off that what was it, his first or second album? I can't remember if
That's
it's
the first album. That's
first album,
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole album is a fucking story.
Yeah.
The whole album was the concept,
Mhm.
and it's just dope as hell. That is my favorite Genuine song and will never change. That is my shit. Baseline hits crazy. So if
Mhm.
y'all got subwoofers in your car, all these joints I named, you gonna be pumping and shaking the bus next to you. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm
So
gonna do some honorable mentions because I didn't have a rap list. Okay, so I got Summertime as my number one, and my number two gonna be Ice Cube. It was a good day,
uh-huh.
classic. Number three is gonna be the Youngsters Hip Hop Ride. That was a feel good song. It came out during the summer. They're shouting out a lot of hip hop legends on that song, but it's a feel good song for the summer. I'm gonna go with Naughty by Nature, Feel Me Flow. That came out in the
Oh,
summer also. Yes,
yes.
summer anthem, definitely. And I'm gonna go with Master Ace, Born to Roll. That came out in the summer. That was from the Sitting on Chrome album in '95. That really a lot of bass for the cars and the Jeeps. When you think of summer, you think of cars and Jeeps, and they blasting the music and a classic track.
Mm. Yeah, man. Music is just so healing.
Yeah.
When you want to, it depends. If I want to be in a real good mood, I'll throw on my Sade. That's another. I didn't put her on any of my list because to me, she's just a goddess. She's
Oh
the
yeah, for
queen.
sure.
So any song, whether it's a slow jam,
Hmm.
fast, whatever, I love. Just hearing her voice is soothing.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I want to do one honorable mention. I came across this. I had a Amazon Music list just kind
Right.
of like playing.
Hmm.
I just clicked on a 2000s R&B, and I forgot about that. Ain't That Funny with Ja Rule and J Lo
Yes.
with the flavor in your ear beat.
Yes. The remix. Yeah.
Yo, Ja killed that intro.
Yes.
And then to find out that he wrote the song for
Mm-hmm.
J Lo,
Mm-hmm.
along with I'm Real. He actually
Yeah.
wrote
You
I'm
wrote
Real
those.
for her
Yep.
as well. So again, the man's behind hits. People say what they want to say, but Ja always made hits to
He's
me.
good. He's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I would still go see him in concert today. If he
Yes.
came down to North Carolina, I'd be with no shirt on too, for no goddamn reason. Because
Great.
that's how he always performed.
Yeah.
You know, I just he was always the whole Hard Knock Life tour.
Hmm.
There was no shirt.
Yeah. Right.
uh, and I respect him as a family man. He's been with the same woman since high school.
Hmm.
Beautiful kids, wonderful family, and
Yeah.
to see something like that is very rare, especially in a game of like hip hop where you're
Yeah.
touring and doing all this, and to
Hmm.
still see a couple together, it's very rare. So
Definitely.
I got to give that honorable
Yeah.
mention because when that shit came on, I was like, "Oh shit, it
Yeah.
must be this."
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, it definitely is,
Hmm.
Ja. It definitely is."
Yeah, man. Yeah, him and his wife was on one of the Knicks trucks for the parade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I know 50 really between the case with Irv Gotti and the feds and
Mm.
all that stuff, and then 50 coming at him at the same time, it just kind of ruined him. But you can't take away from the man's first three albums. You really
Facts.
can't.
Facts.
And you know what Jada Kiss said about 50 is real.
Mhm.
Took his style and ran with it.
Basically.
And I really feel that if it wasn't for Ja, that type of music wouldn't have been. I mean, that's what Drake has built his whole career on.
Right.
Ja style music.
Right. Yeah.
So, I give a lot of credibility to Ja. I really do. Um, that's the he's still the shit.
Oh
And I
yeah,
still love his first three albums.
definitely.
I'll still
Definitely.
pump them, you know,
Yeah.
money, drugs, and murder for life.
Right. Shout out to 4K D-Ray, man. He says hell of an auxiliary list, Master Ace. Definitely.
Yes. Well, what up, 4K? Yeah, he got the battles going back.
Yes.
4K D-Ray,
Yes.
Floyd. I'm
He
telling
know.
you,
Floyd already know. He
I
don't
am
want to smoke.
defending my man's, my people's.
He don't
Floyd,
want
I
to
love
smoke.
you. But if it ain't got to do with Prince, Try is fixing to whoop that ass.
He ain't got no smoke for me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, he ain't got no smoke for me.
Well,
He ain't with
the thing is that he thinks you just started collecting, and
Nah.
that's the thing I was trying to tell
Don't
him.
think that.
Yeah, I told him, I said, "Yo, my man got the stacks." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm. He not ready.
So yeah, yeah. But anyways, before we head out, anything you want to say? Anything you got coming up?
I got next week. See, I didn't go live this week because it was all about the Knicks.
All about the Knicks.
All about the Knicks. But I do have some unboxings coming up next week, and I want to do something like a countdown for the Knicks, like favorite players or something. But we'll definitely do that. And shout out to Knicks Nation, all the Knicks fans, the ones that was at the parade, the ones that couldn't make it, and it was great. This is what the city needed. The energy is lit, and it's we gonna look forward to the other ones. The Yankees, they got to get their shit in order now. You know what I'm saying? We in first place. I want to see the Yankees go to the World Series and win. The Liberty, shout out to them. They're gonna be in the championship for the WNBA and Roddy's Cup against Vegas. That's June 30th. So shout out to the Liberty. I hope they beat them, and maybe we'll have a parade for them. Coming up in the summer.
Mm, nice, nice. Uh, for me, I got a video dropping on Sunday. I'll be doing the 4K ranking horror-ish edition. So that's dropping on Sunday, and then some more movie stuff. First time watches. There's so many movies on my shelf that I just haven't gotten around to, and some more Blu-ray movies that I won't upgrade. And then I got 4Ks on why the hell did I wait so fucking long to upgrade? Because they're a lot better than I thought. Also, I will make this announcement now. When I hit 12,000 subscribers, I will be doing two special giveaways. One for a Steelbook for the Jet Li, the one. For some reason, everybody wants this Steelbook. It is a Region B, so it is locked. I know it has the side,
Right.
compartment, and it's a steel book, and I get like the excitement, but even when I got it, I was just kind of like, it's just a cover.
Right.
That's all it really is. I mean, you could pick it up for like 35 to $50, but I'll be doing it as a giveaway, and I'll be doing a $50 Amazon digital giveaway gift card so that you can purchase the movie that you want.
Right.
And that's what I'll be doing from now on. Whenever I do a giveaway, it's going to be a digital Amazon giveaway. It's so much easier to do, and it gives you the ability to give what you want. I have made, a little commission off of the Amazon sales. So anybody who is bought in off my affiliate links, I know to some people, $13 isn't a big thing, but that $13 is going into that $50 gift card. I'll put the rest in, but that's what I want to do. This is what we are about. I want to have fun on this shit. I'm not trying to be greedy and everybody can eat. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give you a bullshit movie that I don't want anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel like a lot of these guys with giveaways do. Oh, I
Mm.
don't want this movie, so I pretend to do a dope giveaway.
Right.
No, the dope giveaway is giving a digital gift card and letting the person actually pick out what they want.
Right.
There
That's
might
dope.
be a 4K that they can't afford, and
Mm.
if you win, I got you. So keep using those affiliate links. We appreciate you. Every Friday night we will be here 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if we do take a break, we'll let y'all know. But me and Triborough, we always doing something on our channels. So
Yes.
make sure you subscribe to all three and watch this man because he goes live way too many times.
And
7 hour live, brother. Don't ever do that again.
it wasn't planned. It was not planned. It's just
I
people
know.
started coming in. I'm like, okay, we doing this. So
Yeah, it's like that, man. People pop in and pop out,
yeah.
pop in,
Yeah.
pop out. So yeah,
Yeah.
and shout out to everybody showing us love. D-Ray,
Yes.
Floyd, KB, Q the movie collector, Mike. I mean, there's mad people. Ray, shout out to Ray.
Yeah.
You gotta respect
Definitely.
the hip hop legends. I mean,
Mhm.
there's so many people that are behind us, and we appreciate it. Y'all ever want to come on? Hit us up.
Yeah.
We are here and you're more than welcome. No more than weirdo episodes. We done with that shit.
Yeah.
And next week, let's hit them off with the movie and the music. But the music part,
Uh-huh.
I want it to be your top 10 freestyle
Ooh,
songs.
okay. Yeah.
So don't think about it now, but that's gonna be
Uh-huh.
next week's episode, and then we'll
Right.
do like a top 5, movie joint
Okay.
that we'll concoct.
Okay.
But anyways, much love to y'all. We really appreciate all y'all support, and we'll see you on the next one.